Hey, and welcome back to Animals 2 by 2 Eggs and Chicks. Well, we finally made it. Here is day 5, the last day in our week long lessons on the development and life cycle of eggs and chicks. So, I said that by the end of this week, I really wanted you to be able to recognize eggs and chicks and that they require certain environmental conditions to survive. Chicks have an identifiable structure and behavior. Young chicks resemble their parents, and all animals, of course, deserve respect and gentle care. Okay, so today, if you feel like you need to review your notes from earlier in the week, make sure you have those out, or you can have a pencil, paper, and you can, of course, look over our book again, 2 by 2, and we were on page 20 with the birds. All right, so some words that you should have learned this week are our vocabulary words. We have incubator. That's a machine that creates the perfect conditions to incubate and hatch successfully. Temperature, which is how much heat is in something. Thermometer. That's an instrument used for measuring or showing temperatures, how hot or cold something is. Yolk, the yellow internal part of a bird's egg, which is surrounded by the white. It's rich in protein and fat and nourishes and the developing embryo, an ovum or the egg cell. That's where the female's genetic material is found. We had the egg tooth, which is that little hard white part on the beak or the jaw of an embryo bird or even a reptile that is used for breaking out of the shell, and later on it's lost. Wood shavings, thin little curly pieces of woods that can be used as filler, like in the bottom of an incubator or a chicken pen. A hatchling. That was a young animal that was recently emerged from its egg. We're looking at our investigation between eggs and chicks. We talked about the beginning of the life cycle and how it began in the hen. Remember, the hen does not need a rooster to lay eggs that we eat. Those are infertile or have not been fertilized. But in order to get an egg to develop into a chick, the egg must be fertilized. So there's two different ways it can go. The eggs that have not been fertilized are the ones that we buy in the grocery store and we tend to eat, and those that have been fertilized, which will hopefully produce a baby chick. So today we're really reviewing the life cycle of a chicken. The female chicken is called a hen, and the male chicken is called, well, commonly a rooster. So a hen will undergo about a 24-25 hour process of creating the egg. It begins in the formation of the yolk inside the hen. This yolk is produced by the ovary of the hen during ovulation. As the yolk moves down, it's covered with a white membrane and some layers of egg white. Gradually, the shell of the egg develops, and after about 20 hours, it gets completely formed. Once the shell is complete, the hen lays her egg. Once the hen lays all of her eggs, she will sit on them or brood, as we've learned this week. And the chick or the embryo will then begin to 21 days. That's the magic number, is that 21 days. During this time, the embryo uses the yolk and the egg for nutrients. The hen or the brooding hen or even the incubator maintain the necessary temperature and humidity for the proper development of the chick. They do this by sitting on them. The hen also uses her beak to rotate them. This can also be accomplished by incubator. You can place the fertilized eggs inside the incubator, making sure that it's at the correct temperature and humidity and that you're rotating those eggs every few hours. After 21 days of growth, by the embryo, it hatches out of the egg into the world. You can see, as in this picture, once they've hatched, they're a hatchling. Their feathers and their body are wet from being inside of the shell. Once the hatchling dries off, it dries really quickly, and then you'll see more of a chick figure that we're accustomed to seeing. These chicks will need warmth and food and water steadily available to them. Notice the heat lamp in the top right-hand corner. Chicks also need a space in their area away from the heat so that if they get overheated, they can take a little break from that. So this food, water, and heat need to be provided for a good 5 weeks. And at this point, about 5 weeks into it, they will have grown into an adolescent in the chicken's life. This stage typically lasts between 5 and 20 weeks. The pullets will have developed into fully grown adult hens or roosters at that point. So about the 20-week mark, this fully grown adult hen. Remember, you can have a hen or a rooster depending upon what developed in the egg. And then guess what, guys? This means that the life cycle is complete and the process will repeat itself. So then we're going to have the grown hen and rooster, and they're going to create it. The hen is going to create an egg, and the rooster is going to fertilize it. That egg is going to develop within the hen. Then she's going to lay it, and she's going to sit on it for 21 days, and it's going to hatch, and it's going to grow back into another chicken, whether that's a hen or a rooster. So the cycle begins and ends constantly. It's constant rotation. That's how we get the wonderful eggs that we do and all these lovely chickens. So I hope you guys learned a lot this week, and I hope to see you next week when we discover a new animal.